Today's political landscape saw a major shakeup, and the story is dominating national headlines. After months of public disagreement, sharp remarks, and political tension, President Donald Trump and New York City Mayor-elect Zohran Mamdani are finally set to meet in the Oval Office. This meeting, scheduled for Friday, has already sparked intense discussion across media, political circles, and social platforms. In today's full update, we'll break down exactly what led up to this moment, what both leaders stand to gain or lose, what topics will be discussed, and how this potentially historic meeting could influence the national political climate. So let's dive into an in-depth review of today's developments, the background drama, the stakes, and the possible outcomes. To understand the importance of today's update, we need to step back and look at the long public feud between President Trump and Zohran Mamdani. Their conflict has been brewing for months, long before Mamdani's mayoral victory in New York City. Mamdani, a progressive and democratic socialist, campaigned on a platform that directly challenged several federal policies. He was outspoken about housing affordability, criminal justice reform, and immigration issues, topics on which the Trump administration held nearly opposite positions. Trump, in return, often criticized Mamdani on social media and at rallies. He labeled him a communist, radical, and dangerous for New York, especially during the heated final weeks of the mayoral race. He claimed New York needed law and order, not socialist experiments. The rhetoric intensified as Mamdani's popularity grew. When he eventually won the NYC mayoral election, Trump congratulated him only through a short statement but maintained criticism of his policies. Mamdani, on the other hand, often responded by saying New York City deserves federal cooperation, not insults. So the announcement of an Oval Office meeting, after months of harsh exchanges, marks a significant shift in tone. The major development today is confirmation from both the White House and Mamdani's team that the two leaders will meet in Washington this Friday. This will be their first face-to-face discussion since Mamdani became mayor-elect. This update has gained attention because it signals a potential cooling of tensions. For months, political analysts believed cooperation between the two would be difficult, if not impossible. But with New York facing urgent challenges, ranging from affordable housing shortages to public safety concerns, the meeting appears to be moving forward in a constructive direction. White House officials say the discussion will be formal, direct, and agenda-focused. Mamdani's team emphasizes that the meeting will revolve around public safety, economic stability, and federal city cooperation. The confirmation itself is already a major headline. But what's even more interesting is the context, the build-up, and the stakes surrounding it. This meeting is important for several reasons. Trump and Mamdani represent drastically different political ideologies. Their coming together may indicate a shift toward cooperation or at least an attempt at mutual understanding. New York City's relationship with the federal government affects funding, policy execution, and public safety strategies. Any improvement in dialogue could produce real change. The meeting is being interpreted as a test of whether leadership across ideological divides can still negotiate and work together. Some analysts believe Trump may use the meeting to frame himself as open to cooperation or as someone trying to fix New York City as the incoming mayor. Negotiating confidently with the president could elevate Mamdani's national profile. Let's break down the political calculations behind Trump's decision. Despite months of attacking Mamdani, Trump now faces pressure to maintain stable federal-city relations. New York remains a critical economic hub, and dysfunction between local and federal governments can lead to public perception issues. Some reports indicate congressional leaders pushed for the two to meet. Others say Trump wants to demonstrate he is not blocking cooperation for political reasons. There's also a timing factor. With multiple national issues rising, including crime concerns, immigration debates, and economic pressure, Trump may want to project strong leadership by meeting with major city leaders, even if they disagree with him. Meanwhile, Mamdani's growing popularity has forced Trump to treat him as a serious political figure rather than dismiss him. Mamdani has been clear about his priorities going into this meeting. His team has stated that the following issues will be top of the agenda. New York continues to face challenges related to crime rates, law enforcement resources, and community police relations. Mamdani wants federal assistance but not federal control. From struggling businesses to migrants needing processing, economic pressure on the city is real. Mamdani will likely push for federal funding. This is one of Mamdani's signature issues. He believes the federal government can support NYC through housing programs, loans, and urban development. He wants consistent communication channels between federal departments and city leadership to avoid delays or conflict. Overall, Mamdani wants respect, partnership, and resources, not confrontation. Reactions to today's update are mixed but passionate. Some New Yorkers welcome the idea of the two leaders setting aside their differences. They believe cooperation is necessary for the city to address economic and safety challenges. Others are skeptical. They fear the meeting may be more political theater than real progress. Some supporters of Mamdani worry Trump might try to pressure him, while some Trump supporters question engaging with a Democratic Socialist leader. Media coverage is intense, with commentators analyzing tone, body language expectations, and political motives. Based on statements from both sides, here's what the meeting will likely include. Expect focused discussions without sidetracking or political speeches. Both leaders will likely emphasize their priorities strongly. Policy negotiations. Some topics may lead to immediate agreements, others may be deferred for future talks. Media messaging after the meeting. Both sides will release separate statements. Their tone will reveal whether the meeting was productive or disappointing. Possible tensió moments. Given their history, disagreements or firm exchanges may take place, especially on policing or immigration. Here are the three most likely outcomes. Outcome 1. Cooperation move forward. The meeting results in promises of collaboration, joint statements, and a plan for federal-city partnerships. This would be the best-case scenario for New Yorkers. Outcome 2. Neutral. No major progress. Both leaders meet, talk, and leave without major agreements, just a symbolic success. Outcome 3. Public tension continues. If discussions go badly, both sides may issue critical statements. This could intensify political divides. Regardless of the immediate outcome, today's update carries major implications. If Trump and Mamdani build a working relationship, it could reshape the next 4 years of federal-city interactions. New York could gain increased funding and strategic support. If tensions remain, the city could experience stalled initiatives, political gridlock, and public frustration. This meeting is more than a handshake. It's a temperature check on American political cooperation in a deeply polarized climate. Today's update marks a major development in U.S. political news. Donald Trump and Zohran Mamdani, two outspoken leaders from opposite ends of the political spectrum, are finally preparing to meet face-to-face in the Oval Office after months of verbal sparring. The stakes are high, the issues are urgent, and the potential outcomes are impactful for millions. Whether this meeting becomes a turning point or another flashpoint, the world will be watching closely.